Middle East on fire. What's really happening between Israel, its US and Iran? Good evening and welcome to Corper News. Tonight we break down fast-moving conflicts shaking the Middle East, a direct military confrontation between Iran on one hand and United States-Israel alliance on the other. Now, this is not speculation. This is a verified summary of events as of early March 2026. How did it start? Tensions between the US, Israel, and Iran are not new. They go back decades. In 2025 and early 2026, things escalated sharply. First, Iran's nuclear program. Now, indirect talks between Washington and Tehran in February 2026 collapsed. The US accused Iran of failing to meet nuclear commitments. Iran rejected the accusations. Secondly, internal unrest in Iran. Mass protests across the country led to government crackdowns. Western governments criticized Iran's human rights record. Thirdly, military buildup. The United States deployed significant air and naval forces to the region, its largest concentration in years. That signaled the direct action was possible. On February 28, 2026, coordinated airstrikes were launched. The United States and Israel struck Iranian military and strategic targets. The operation marked a dramatic escalation from proxy conflicts to open confrontations. Major military sites in Tehran were targeted. Missiles installations were hit. Nuclear-linked facilities were also attacked. Now, one of the most shocking developments was the reported assassination of Iran's supreme leader, Ali Khamenei, along with senior military officials. Iran responded immediately under a counter-operation. Iranian forces launched missile strikes against US military bases in Gulf countries and at Israeli targets. Iran also moved to close the Strait of Hormuz, one of the world's most critical oil shipping routes, including responsible for roughly 20% of global oil supply. That single move sent shockwaves through global energy markets. The fighting spreads within days. The conflict widened. Naval clashes were reported in Gulf waters. Strikes and counter-strikes extended even into Lebanon. Iranian-backed groups joined the confrontation. A British base in Cyprus was reportedly targeted. NATO defense systems were activated in parts of the region. Civilian casualties have risen sharply. Reports indicate more than 1,000 deaths in Iran alone, alongside casualties among US service members and others across the region. The humanitarian situation is worsening. Who is really involved? On one hand, we have the United States with Israel as an alliance. On the other side, we have Iran and Iranian aligned regional groups. World leaders are watching closely. The US President Donald Trump has suggested a campaign could last several weeks. Israeli Prime Minister has stated that Israel will continue operations until threats are eliminated. Meanwhile, Gulf states such as Saudi Arabia, the UAE, and Kuwait find themselves in a difficult position, hosting US assets while also being vulnerable to Iranian retaliations. Wow, that's amazing. Because the global impacts and the economic effects are already being felt worldwide. Oil prices have surged, global stock markets have dropped, shipping routes are under threat, thousands of international travelers are stranded, energy importing nations are bracing for inflation shocks. Oil-producing countries are also watching market volatility closely. Diplomats warn that if the conflict spreads further, it could destabilize the broader Middle East. So what's next? As of March 4th, 2026, airstrikes and missile exchanges continue. No ceasefire has been announced. No peace talks are underway publicly. Military analysts say the coming weeks will determine whether this remains a contained regional war or expands into a broader international crisis. So what is the bottom line? This is no longer a shadow conflict, it's an open confrontation. The stakes are high. Regional stability, global oil supply, economic security, and thousands of civilian lives. The situation remains fluid and highly unpredictable. Now there you have it. You're watching Corper News, where global headlines meet verified context. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.